Let's turn now to Willie from Birmingham. Willie, we are so glad you're joining us. How are you this evening?
I'm fine. How you doing?
We are well.
Good.
We're glad that you called. Please go right ahead with your question.
Okay, I got hurt at a work on 2219. Fell out at work, and they put me on FMLA. Went to Grandview for like 3 days. Got out. Then I fell out at work. Had a hairline fracture, everything on my leg and everything. 2 kidney injury and some more things. So then they had told me, well, we're going to put you on FMLA when you come out. So instead of putting me on work, I fell out at work and got hurt. Had a hairline fracture on my knee, on my left knee. So some days later, put me on FMLA. And I went through the process, short-term and long-term, and after about 90 days, they separated my employment.
And so, Willie, what's your question exactly?
Okay, could they wrongfully terminate you when you was on FMLA, then you exalted your FMLA?
Freddie, you understand this question?
I had a little trouble hearing him.
I think he wants to know if an employer can terminate you if you've been on FMLA and you come off of FMLA.
Now,
And FMLA is a whole nother ballgame.
yes, it is. Exactly. There's so many specialized areas of law, and that's another one. Generally speaking, employers do have a wide range of ability to do whatever it is that they feel they need to do if they can justify it in the state of Alabama. That being said, the specific details of your exact circumstances are really, really important to knowing whether or not you have some rights that were actually violated and what your rights are and what you can do to act on that. So finding an attorney that's extremely well versed in FMLA, it could be essential to, and doing it quickly, could be essential to helping you get the resolution you deserve.
So will you explain to our viewers, is there a difference between someone being permanently and totally disabled versus someone who's partially disabled in a Social Security setting?
Sure. Social Security has multiple forms of disability that someone can be found eligible for. The form of disability that we're all more familiar with would be someone who's disabled until the end of their life, respectively. So that is a perpetual thing. However, there's also a closed period of disability. Let's say that someone has had a surgery and they were down for a while, maybe a year, maybe 2. As long as it's 12 months, they could be paid for that time period, and then it would end at the end of that time period. Perhaps they went back to work. You could also have what's called a later onset decision, where I may say that I became disabled on January 1st, 2020. The evidence and the judge may say that I became disabled on January 1st, 2021, and so they will move my disability from when I felt that I should have it, and it would be going forward from that date instead of the date that I say. So there are some variations.
Gotcha.
That right there shows the complexity of this specific
Oh, yeah.
type of law. Thank you for sharing your expertise.